What's up, Basketball Brain fans and members? I'm going to show you something today that I do when I watch highlights, and I think it's extraordinarily helpful rather than just being passive when you watch highlights to do this. So what I'm doing as I'm watching this is I'm almost putting myself in Jordan's body. So I feel myself mentally pump fake there, and then I see my eyes lock onto the center of the hoop. I feel the contact Jordan takes here. I feel the ball in my hand, and I feel myself flip the ball over my shoulder into the hoop. So I'm putting myself in Jordan's body. So when I watch highlights, I'm playing the game at the same time. I can feel myself pull up on the baseline. I'll notice the confidence I have. I'll notice that my eyes lock onto the center of the hoop. I can feel the ball come off my fingertips. If you can't dunk and he dunks or does something like that, just feel yourself lay it up. Feel yourself jump and lay it up. Feel your left hand. You can probably do this as I'm talking. Feel how on balance he is when he shoots. How he crosses over, how he fades away. Feel yourself doing that. Feel the ball come off your hand. There, like you might not be able to dunk, but feel yourself jump off one leg and lay it in. So as I'm watching highlights, I'm just not doing it passively. I'm playing the game with Jordan. You can do this with your favorite player. It doesn't have to be Michael Jordan. It can be Steph Curry. It can be LeBron. If you're a rebounder, watch highlights of Dennis Rodman, okay? And then when you go out to actually practice today, remember how the feeling feels to be on balance, for the ball to come off your hand perfectly, for the ball to swish through. Feel the contact. Make it as real as possible. You're flooding your mind. You're flooding your nervous system with more and more instances of success. What's great about the mind is you never have to make a mistake. In your mind, you can play perfectly every time and just keep flooding your subconscious and your conscious mind and your brain and your nervous system with what you want to have happen. Like, that's a great shot. I, for a long time, couldn't shoot a fadeaway. And by watching Jordan doing this and then going out and, of course, physically practicing it, like really practicing it, I got very good at shooting fadeaways. So I'm not just passively watching highlights. I'm putting myself in the game. One more thing, when you're watching this, you can talk to yourself as you do it. Like, even talk out loud. Say, I feel the pump fake. I feel the ball coming off my fingertips. I see my eyes lock on the center of the hoop. If you have a hard time just doing it subverbally, try speaking as you put yourself in the game. It'll really help. Like, as I do this and I talk about it, it really helps me put myself into that moment. Some people can just, not talk and do it mentally, and you probably can too, but if you want to increase the impact of this, talk to yourself while you do it. And as you watch highlights, you're going to notice certain things, certain patterns in the game that your unconscious mind, that your subconscious mind is going to start picking up. So you're going to start recognizing more patterns. That's why LeBron, that's why Kobe, that's why Steph Curry, these guys watch, what a pass. Why these guys watch so much footage, because your mind starts to recognize patterns, more and more patterns. There's certain configurations the defense goes into, and you just know you should drive at that moment, or when you can pull up, what your body's capable of, what you've practiced. Like when Jordan rounds the corner right there, you can see that he's seen that configuration on defense before, and he instantly knows to drive the ball. And that's not conscious. That's his subconscious mind instantly recognizing it from watching film, from playing in practice and pickup games. So you can start to see how he sees the whole floor. So if you're in his body, how he's using his peripheral vision at certain times. And then when he shoots, how his eyes narrow and lock on the center of the target. Basketball is so visual. If you can go from seeing the whole floor and in an instant switch your concentration to locking on the center of the hoop, it's going to help you immensely. We have a drill in the program called the 5 dots or 3 dots drill. That's a great shot. Takes the bump, focuses on the center of the hoop. So the 5 dot, 3 dot drill helps you go from wide focus to narrow focus in an instant. What you also learn how to do is, as you get contact, it doesn't affect your vision. Nothing affects your vision. Guys who play consistently well are locked in visually every night. So yeah, if maybe that's not in your arsenal yet, that fadeaway, but start feeling it, This is how you become a better player. When I was growing up, there was a thing called Napster, right? And Napster is where you went to get all your free illegal downloaded music. I'm not proud of it, but when you're, 15, 16 years old, you don't really think about it as stealing when the digital age started. Now I wouldn't do something like that, obviously, But back then, you didn't even think about it. It was just, oh, it's music's online. Music's free on the radio. Music should be free online. Why not? Let's just download the music. My point of saying that is when you watch stuff like this, it's a way to download a player's game into your mind. It's a way to use the public domain information and start to download that player into your mind. Now, maybe Jordan's a little too advanced for you right now. I get that. So find somebody who's not quite as skilled as Jordan if you need to. Find somebody who plays a little bit more to begin with fundamental and mechanical. Not that Jordan's not fundamental, but there's a lot of style in his game that maybe you're not ready for yet. You can find a college player, anything, a guy that is above you. If you're in high school or you're junior high, somebody who's really good on your team, watch game footage of that person. Anybody you admire and respect, you need to watch those people and then put yourself in the highlights as you watch them. And it's fun to do, to be honest with you, to watch highlights. But if you watch highlights and you also feel like you're getting better while you watch them and not just, passively doing something for entertainment, though sometimes that's okay too. Look, you don't have to do this every time, but why not? It's easy and it's fun. Problem I had is as I start doing this, as I start putting myself in the game, I end up going outside and shooting hoops. And I'm sure you guys are the same way. So there's some drawbacks to it. You can't watch enough highlights because it makes you want to go play. Anyways, use all of your senses, your eyes, your tactile sense, and your sense of sound too if you need to. Like hear the sneakers squeak, hear the referees, hear the crowd, and you'll start to develop, I should say, a little bit more artistry. You'll start to develop a little bit more fluidness by watching great players too, because again, you're just feeding your mind, feeding your mind, feeding your mind. This is basketballbrain.com. We are dedicated to your greatness. Go to the website if you want the full program. Also, we have some links in the description. If you want to follow the Instagram, follow that. Also, my personal Instagram's down there. I'd love a follow down there too. It's going to be the same type of stuff. It's just not going to be only basketball related. Thanks so much. Take it easy.